Welcome back, fellow travel warriors. I'm Steve.
And I'm George.
Join us as we unpack the challenges, excitement, preparation,
and passion for travel.
Greetings.
Hey, Stevie, how are you?
Where in the world are you at?
I am in Verona, Wisconsin.
Verona,
you know where
Wisconsin.
That's at?
Yes, I've driven past there. I have a project that we work on in Wisconsin, and I know Wisconsin pretty well, particularly the all the beautiful farmland there's out there, and all the cows and the cheese. But tell me a little bit more about what you're doing and what's this all about?
Well, Stevie, I am here doing a little work in Madison over the last week or so. And, like we said, we've done a lot of projects in Wisconsin. So we've been in Waukesha, we've been up in the Dells, we've been up towards Green Bay, we've been in central Wisconsin, and, in obviously Milwaukee, right? And we've always passed through Madison or driven by it, and then you'll see the Madison exit. So this is really the first time really being here in Madison, and it's been fun. It's been rainy for the last week or two. First day I got here, we were dodging tornado warnings. So we've had a couple of nights where it's been pretty dicey with the storms. But outside a suburb of here of Madison is Verona, Wisconsin, where they have the company is called Epic.
Epic. Nice. That's a nice sounding
yeah.
name.
So I didn't know much about it. A friend of mine told me about it. Hey, when I told them that I was coming to Wisconsin or coming to Madison, said do a tour of Epic. And so I did a little research and been out here a couple of times. And it's a really fascinating campus, so to speak. And I'll just give you a little background. The industry they're in is health information technology. Okay. The company was founded in 1979 by Judy Faulkner. Okay. And here in Verona, and I'm just kind of reading some of their core focuses. Their core focus, Steve, is developing electronic health records, or EHR, and health care software solutions. So, so for me, when I go to the doctor, in Tulsa, my doctor's through St. Francis, and I go through the St. Francis MyChart. And that's how I access my records, like my treatments. Everything goes through there, and I never really paid attention. But when you look on the website, it is MyChart by Epic. So they do that, and among a lot of other things. But their main clientele is major healthcare organizations, of course, hospitals, and clinics all over the world. Here on this campus.
The question I was going to ask is if they were global. Wow.
Well, primarily in the U.S. Here at this campus, they have over 13,000 employees, and another 1,000 worldwide. So it's a massive. And what's unique about this, and if you go to their website, epic.com, their buildings are all themed. And you're allowed to do self-guided tours. So, and they take
about
like
a theme park camp.
Yeah. So over my left shoulder, you can see the barn. Okay. So we did that. We're doing that tour today. I'll move over here. Over my shoulder and you see the white building, that is the shed. And so we're doing that. I'll talk a little bit more about the tours in a moment, but they are self-guided. You can do them Monday through Friday from 2:30 to 5 in the afternoon. On the weekends, you can do them from 10 in the morning to 2:30. They give you They give you a little pamphlet that kind of guides you. You just kind of read and you follow through all the maze of all the buildings, depending on the tour that you want. You pass by offices, conference rooms, excuse me, cafeterias, and everything is themed. It is a very a very unique experience.
Never like that, George. Not for a corporate,
No,
not in a corporate park setting. Let me ask you this real quick: Are you most of the employees that work here? Would you say it's a hybrid working situation? Of the 13,000 employees, do you know how many actually work on site?
yeah, yeah, 13,000 all here on campus.
Wow, that is so. The parking lot must be just absolutely massive, or they do probably a lot of carpooling, I would imagine.
There is a parking. They have parking for visitors. They have some parking right above here, but the majority of the parking is underground. You don't see any cars.
Wow. And George, let me ask you this: Is this a publicly traded company?
It is. It is. I didn't
What?
look up the tick.
Yeah.
I didn't look up the ticker symbol, but I did go on their website and looked at jobs. I was just kind of seeing what kind of jobs were available and some of the benefits, right? Since that's sort of our background. And
Yeah.
they did talk about, stock options and so one thing, speaking of when I got on there, one of their incentives is that if you're here working for 5 years, they give you a 1 month sabbatical, all paid, all expense paid
What a
after five
benefit.
years, and
What
then
a perk.
after 10 years, you get another 1 month, all paid expense. You get to bring two people with you. Isn't that amazing?
That is incredible. Um, it kind of reminds me, and I would imagine. So, what direct and nearest communities does this company serve? As far as within a, let's say, a 15-minute, 20-minute drive, is it pretty much from some of the clusters of communities in Verona, or maybe some of the outlying other areas? How far drive would it be?
Well, Madison's just right here. They have the
Oh,
University of Wisconsin is here in
right.
Madison, so that takes up a large, part of this, the city around here is basically in the capital, of course, is here in Madison. It's right off the lake, and it's really pretty. Um, and I do apologize; it is a little bit windy today, but I wanted to make sure that we got a pretty good view of the campus. It is massive. Um,
Do you have
so
acres? It looks like uh, I logged onto their website. It looks like a sprawling, I mean, really sprawling park setting. Uh,
it is. It is.
it,
It is massive.
I mean, there
Some of
are roads inside of this campus, like byways.
Yeah, they do have. They have. I wrote some notes down because I remember they have one called Deep Space. They call it. It is a partially underground meeting area that holds about 11,000 people.
That's just incredible. Uh, George, have you kind of taken a look at? I mean, this is such a sprawling. So I assume that each of the theme buildings where employees work have their own cafeterias or
They do.
this, so
Yeah, and they're all themed. Um, if you go on their website, they have. They'll show the different ones. Um, so, excuse me. Here's a little bit. So again, behind me, the barn. Behind me, they have Ellis Carousel, Deep Space. That's the meeting area. Emerald City, Wizards Academy. We did that tour. So a lot of, from Harry Potter themes, wizardry themes. They have and they have the tree house. We haven't visited that, but today was basically barn, farm theme. Really, really unique. And also really unique here, Stevie, is the um, all the unique architecture, the unique paintings, the everything, and it's all from local artists here in Wisconsin. I'm going to, I've taken a lot of pictures and we'll have them a link to all the pictures, but some of them are just amazing. Um, and it's all local artists to get it from.
So the times that you and I have been there together working on co-managed projects, and we didn't even know about this place. We could have brought out the team out there to do like a little a day excursion and go to all the different buildings and that.
Yeah. The main architect that started like building on this campus was back in 2003. His name was John Cunningham. So when you go into the main building, the visitor building, they have a little picture of him there. I mean, they have a huge staff of people that design all these buildings, but he's the main architect. They are building, I think, four other, I want to say, four other themes or buildings on this campus. So they're working on that to expand. So it's crazy. It's like Disney World for work, and it's free. They don't charge, and
Yeah, yeah.
that's the best part. You can come take the kids or come here and burn a couple of hours in the afternoon, and the whole family can have a lot of fun.
Wow, that is so great. Let me ask you this: outside of the whole exterior of these buildings, which are obviously themed and they have different textures and architecture, etc. The inside of these buildings, are they in a traditional cube farm or you know uh,
They're all
off?
offices. They don't believe in cubicles. Everyone has
Really?
their office. Yeah.
Wow.
In some they do have two to an office. They have a little bit bigger office, so they pair them up. Walking through here, during the week from 2:30 to 5, you see people working. Everyone is so friendly. They'll help you if you get
Well,
lost. And I
well,
noticed it's a lot of young people, a lot of young.
right there they have a great talent pool. Right there, a miniature workforce, if you will, out of the university. Right there,
Yes,
that may have been a strategic reason why they actually planted this themed corporate park where you're standing. So,
yeah, it is. And and the amount of meeting rooms they have. They
mhm.
really believe in meeting rooms, and
Wow.
they're all themed. They have one on a inside of a train. They have like a caboose, and they have a meeting room in a train. They have one of them in the storybook um, area um, that we did the other day. They have a gingerbread house. They have a gingerbread house themed meeting room. It's whatever the building is, it's that theme, and they have several conference rooms, meeting rooms. It's just well thought of, a lot of bright minds and a lot of talented people putting that together in a really, really unique place to work. So
Yeah. Wow.
it's
Uh, that's real American innovation.
yeah,
And you and I have seen companies that we used to visit that started. One of the companies that we used to do a project for many years um, actually started in a barn in Wisconsin. So the founders made generators uh, in his barn
yeah,
in Wisconsin, and it
yeah,
became a multi-billion-dollar company that is also publicly traded. And some of the nicest people that you and I have ever worked for or worked with, partnered with rather, are right there in Wisconsin. One of the states that has some of the nicest people, and I never had a bad experience in Wisconsin, traveling to Wisconsin, working with different professionals. It's always been a good experience.
I do want to read you this is sort of their mission statement. If I don't mind, if I can read this to you, I don't have it memorized. Epic is a
Yeah.
pioneer in the health IT industry. Their commitment to improving patient care through technology has made them a leader in the field. The mission to help people get well, help people stay well, and help future generations be healthier.
Wow. That's
And yeah, so it's we should maybe sometime down the road, Stevie, if we're in Wisconsin together, we should come back here. It is an amazing campus. I can't wait to see what they're building. It'll probably be another year or two before some of these other buildings are get done. But you can see behind me, it's and again on the other side of it, there's so much more. I wish I could be over there, and but it is amazing. So. Anyways, I just wanted to share that with our audience. If anybody else has been to Epic, please tell us your thoughts. Share your thoughts with us in the comments below. I would love to hear from you.
just, I, uh, I'll share with our audience another company that you were not part of this project that I was leading in Wisconsin, but this company actually their business was in the breeding of bulls. Okay, bulls that basically um, they, a lot of the fluids from these bulls all over the world to countries like India, uh, and some of these bulls were valued at $500,000.
Oh wow!
So we actually went to a barn to see how this all takes place, and it was so fascinating. It was so interesting, and so the fluids that are collected, they get shot down to like when you go to put your baggage in an airport, it gets routed and sorted and that kind of thing. Well, these samples of these fluids get frozen and then they're shipped around the world.
Mm.
So, and now you're there at this company. So Wisconsin, wow, it's really, really has some cutting edge companies and interesting, very interesting.
I'll tell you a little funny story before we wrap up. So, in their big cafeterias that they have for each building, we walk through. One of them is King's Cross, which is the kind of a duplicate of the King's Cross in London. It's a huge cafeteria that serves 2,000 or 3,000 people, and they have these like refrigerators, and they're full of like big jugs of milk and chocolate milk and tea and sodas. And we saw the chocolate milk, and we wanted to. And then there's a lady there that works. The cafeteria is already closed by this time, and she sees us, and she's like, "Yeah, go ahead and get whatever you want." So we grab these cups, big jug of chocolate milk, and we're just drinking the chocolate milk like we're like 8-year-old kids. It was so funny. And then today we were in another cafeteria. The same we see the same thing with the chocolate milk, and
Yeah.
we all grab and we all did a picture, a selfie picture, drinking the milk, and
Uh,
it was really funny, and being here kind of makes you turn back into a kid a little bit.
wow,
So
that's kind of it's like
so
taking us on a field trip to a very interesting and very unique place. So um,
definitely,
I think it's great.
definitely.
Enjoyed it and actually looked on the website, seeing the sprawl of this and the uniqueness of it all. And what a great place for employees to aspire to work at. Coming out of school or their first job. Whatever. But good stuff.
I will say this one last thing I'll say about on their website, and they do talk about, and they call it Stage 7 organizations. Honestly, I don't know what that means, but
Hmm.
it's Stage 7 organizations that work with Epic. Since 2016, the current, they've worked with 407 hospitals. And then from 2017 to current, they work with over 7,000 clinics. And they have over 305 million patients have a current electronic record with Epic. Pretty
Well,
big.
you may realize this, you might be giving an inadvertent good stock tip. I'm going to look it up. It seems like, US could grow to 10,000, right? 10x.
That's right.
And so that might be a good growth stock. You never know. You never
That's
know.
right. That's right. Well, that's it from here, Stevie.
Well, thank you for joining us. Join our ever-growing community of travel warriors, and let's continue this journey together.
And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and stay updated for our next episodes. Till next time, safe travels.